Okay, if you guys remember yesterday, I said that. Actually, no, I'll do my low first. My low should. Well, technically, this all does sort of encompass it all. So basically, I said I was visiting my folks yesterday, which I did. And I had to. Basically, I said that my act of kindness was going to be what I was going to do there. So what I did there was my parents needed to remove stuff out of their basement, which is what I did. So here's the thing though. My mother told me I just needed to do like 5 things, which were like 2 fake ficus plants, 2 air conditioners, and it's kind of like it's a screen. But, like in the movies where like someone is like wearing like an outfit of some kind, and then they step behind this like sort of like screen in which like it's they like the wood is like going through like windows or something. You know what I mean? It's like one of those screens, and like they step out the other side of that screen, and then they come out looking completely different. That's what I had to bring up as well. I don't really know what it's called, but like if you watch like a movie and like you see like, and also like you can sometimes like under the right light, you can see like their silhouette changing behind that screen. It was basically like that is what I had to bring up. As well as, again, the 2 air conditioners and the 2 ficus plants. So, here was my low for that. See, my mother never told me that the air conditioners were in boxes underneath lots of other stuff. So, therefore, I couldn't find them. And what I thought were the air conditioners were, well, one of them technically was a small air conditioner, but the other was a dehumidifier, which I'll be honest, I had no idea what that thing was. Because the thing I brought up was there like growing up a lot. So, yeah. So you can imagine that, it was a real pain having to do it again later. The low also continued with, I had to bring up a couple of lamps. I had to bring up, the actual air conditioners, of course. What else did I have to do? I honestly don't remember, but yeah, needless to say, it got really, really dumb. And the thing of it is, for a long time, I was at my folks' place by myself, awaiting instructions. And my mother didn't tell me that she had to do stuff over at my brother's place. So it's like almost 6:30 at night, and like I barely did anything. So yeah, you can imagine how frustrated I was. Not fun. However, my high was actually getting it done, as well as enjoying a nice dinner of pot roast after we were done. So that was wonderful as well. And my act of kindness was, obviously taking the stuff out of the cellar. That was without question my act of kindness for the evening. So all in all, it was it was still kind of silly that like my parents have always had a problem where like they tell me they say they're gonna do something, and they don't even bother to call or at least text me saying like they're running late or there's something else I have to do or whatever. Because that's the sort of thing that can be very inconveniencing. I mean, personally, I try not to be like that, but then again, if anyone who's known me knows, like, I do stuff so incredibly early that even if I am late, at least I'm late by my standards, not by the standards of everybody else. So, I guess it really does attribute to the fact that I really try and remain, on time, thanks to my late grandfather, because he very much valued punctuality. Like, seriously, there was one evening where, like, my mom told him that, we were going to be, because the rest of my mother's family was there, and we had to visit this is up at Cuca Lake, by the way, and we were visiting my father's family for a little bit, and, my mother said that, we were going to be visiting my father's side of the family for a little while, and apparently we arrived late or something, because my grandfather was absolutely furious. Like, so furious that he made my mother cry. It was at that moment I told myself I would never be late for him ever again. Or if I am late, it's not going to be my fault. Which it never was. It was usually my mother or my brother. Of course it was them, because they were the ones who were able to drive. But yeah. So, needless to say, I try not to follow in their example when it comes to, reminding people about things or how late I'm going to be or something. Anyway, good morning and happy Tuesday, everyone. Yeah, seriously, like, I don't know why, but I think because of what happened yesterday, because here's the thing, I knew I was going to be, like, helping my folks, moving stuff out of their basement. And I was, like, really just sort of not worried about it, but definitely, like, I was thinking about it all day. Because here's the thing, the way my parents' basement is set up is, if you go through my parents' garage door, from the door in the garage, you can actually get to my basement just by immediately turning right. Here's the thing, though. It's blocked by a door, and the door comes toward you. So if you want to get something out of the cellar, and don't misunderstand me, to your right is going to be my parents' basement. To your left is going to be essentially their family room or TV room. So if you want to take something out of the cellar, you need to walk completely straight forward into the family room, close the basement door, and then you gotta go through the garage door in order to put something down in the garage. It's very cumbersome, especially if the items in question are big and bulky, say like an air conditioner, or, really only truly heavy things that there were the air conditioners. Everything else was pretty fun. I mean, the ficus plants were fake, so already, like, seriously, I essentially, double-handed the ficus plants. I had one in each hand, so I was just able to, like, walk up the stairs like a grown man. And even though they were the dehumidifiers and one of them, I swear, was an air conditioner. The other was a dehumidifier. Like, I was able to carry that up virtually no problem. And the screen, the only thing that really was difficult about it was you gotta fold it in a way so it's completely flat, and so I'm able to carry, like, in my arm, kind of like this, kind of. So, yeah, it wasn't difficult, but my mother is very, very, very particular about having to constantly paint, like, the molding, like, that you see on a door when you go in and out of a door. And items like that could potentially, sort of chip that paint or scratch it. So I had to be careful. But luckily, the tops of the ficus trees are covered in like plastic wrap or like garbage bags or something. So it's not like it was difficult to do. As for, although I actually am kind of glad I waited my mom for the air conditioners, because technically I was able to carry one of them, but one needed because one of the boxes the air conditioners in had like handles, like you see on like a cardboard box sometimes, and one needed to be carried from underneath because there was like no handle at all. One had a handle, one side had a handle, but the other didn't, make it difficult. The other you could carry double-handed, I guess is the term for it. I don't know, but yeah. So everything was able to get done. I was actually kind of worried I had to take a couple of old bikes out of my parents' shed because my mother's going to be giving away some of the stuff to Habitat for Humanity, as well as, believe it or not, they're also getting rid of their couch and their chair. Although, all to a Habitat for Humanity, which, it's Habitat for Humanity. It's always a good cause. No one's complaining about that. But what is also happening is they're going to be getting a new couch, and my father's going to be getting a new, top-of-line, state-of-the-art, comes with all the bells and whistles chair. So, needless to say, I'm actually really excited to see what it looks like. I wouldn't mind seeing what it looks like. It wouldn't be, I wonder if it's like what you see in the cartoons, where you press a button and shelf upon shelf of where you can put snacks and drinks and the remote and all sorts of crazy bells and whistles. Just have something. Obviously, you need to put your feet up. That's got to be one of those things. That's got to be one of those things. But you have shelf upon shelf stuff to put your snacks popcorn and nachos and drinks like soda and other adult-related beverages and water and I'm interested in seeing what happens. I would like to see what it is. What's important is that, it's comfortable. That should go without saying. And I guess I'll be seeing sometime in the future because it's coming on Thursday, I think. So time will tell what the chair is going to look like. But I'm really excited for my father. I think this is meant to be his birthday present, which his birthday was way back in actually no, this is his Father's Day present, I believe. So yeah, Father's Day was in June. Considering what's been going on with the world, I guess it's not too embarrassingly late. Alright, why not? So, anyway, I said we had a pot roast for dinner, and in said pot roast, it was, I think they were chuck sirloins or something. Or, yeah, I don't know what cut they were. All I know is that it was a chuck beef. You had, potatoes, that was very nice. Carrots and onions. And that was actually another thing I could say for my act of kindness. I actually helped set the table. So, I got a little dish, took the meat out first, got a little bowl, put the vegetables in the bowl. So, yeah. I don't know, it was a very, very wonderful evening. And, good times are had by all. And that was nice. So tonight's going to be the second episode of the live shows of America's Got Talent. I'm actually really excited to see that. And then tomorrow we're going to see the results. But let's get to one before we get to the other first. They actually did spoil who's going to be in these acts going into tonight. So I don't really need to bother you with the details. Other than that, honestly, I think I'm just going to get started with my day. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe, and follow me on social platforms, notifications, YouTube. I'm here to make this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. I can't wait for you the day. Remember, if you guys want to talk, the channel is going to be here to lend in here. I was already back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.